Hello everyone and welcome back. I am Duke Silver and today we are playing Snow Angel. And you can tell by the length of the video this is kind of a wild one, so stick around to the end for kind of a crazy finals. But yeah, so let's just get into it. So Snow Angel, we're playing Snow Angel. I don't generally like picking Snow Angel. I think the value you get at each level is just generally not enough to be that exciting. Like getting a free random character at each level, it can be good tempo, like if you're taking experience, but sometimes you can just whiff and get some pretty unfortunate characters that don't really change the level of the strength of your board. So but yeah, so somebody requested this hero in stream, so you can, if you're interested in forcing me to play a specific hero or picking my hero, you can there's a channel point redemption you can do over on my Twitch. So yeah, my Twitch will be in the description and the pinned comment. Just a little plug there. But yeah, so we got a Sleeping Princess on level 3. Again, like this didn't really add to our board much. I mean, it's a 0/8. It's gonna act as a blocker, but we don't have any range in the back line to really take advantage of that. We're gonna cast a Beauty's Influence on the Queen of Hearts. Queen of Hearts doesn't care if it's good, it just cares if your other things are evil, right? So turning the Queen of Hearts good is a good way to give it some toughness and protect it from like an early baby dragon, or say like falling stars or whatnot. Yeah, we just TLK our free 3 that we got at level 3.0 into a lightning dragon, and it's gonna value trade, which is nice. Lightning dragon, not the greatest thing you can get early, but this early in the game, people are still playing zero power supports, so it can still get value. And this Black Cat triple kind of makes us a little bit weaker, but I still think it's worth it just to get a treasure happening here, like a lock chest or something. We want to get that online early. Speaking of lock chest, there's a lot of really good level 2 treasures, so I'm definitely happy to make ourselves a little bit weaker to get a treasure happening. Yeah, we're gonna go with the lock chest there. I could just take a couple of crafties there, but I figured they don't really like add to the board that much, so we're gonna see if we can find like a replacement Black Cat or something more relevant. I considered the Spellweaver, but there's a TLK in the shop, so we're just gonna upgrade our Lightning Dragon into a Tweedledee here. A decent amount of stats, especially at 3.2. It's not incredible right away. Like, you need some decent support for Tweedle to be really good. And yeah, even with our weaker board, our Queen of Hearts is still able to clean up the board. Also worth noting, our last opponent did have Hat Ball, so that's going to be concerning later, probably. So we get a Hungry Hippocampus out of our free level 4 character, and I think since we're kind of like on our way out of evils anyways, we're gonna lean into it. We get the free chicken scaling. We love laundering chickens when we have Hippo, and yeah, we're gonna take a Princess Peep here. It's gonna spawn 3 animals. We're gonna hope to get them to spawn in front of the Tweedle, or in front of the Mim, sorry. So the tokens actually have some semi-relevant stats. We're gonna go down to 1 Queen of Hearts. It's actually really not that good anymore. We do need to get out of it as soon as possible. Alright, and we get almost full value out of our peeps there, so that's great. Our Hippocampus gets nice and large, and it gets big enough for us to take down that fight. We get to triple our Queen of Hearts, which, I mean, it's not great on our board, but it's a level 3 treasure, which we want. And, I mean, here I would normally take a treasure map, but since our locked chest is about to pop, I don't really want to settle for a 5 out of the treasure map. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to take Fancy Pants here, and basically we're just going to hope that, that maybe we can get another shot at the treasure map out of our locked chest. Consider taking the Lady of the Lake, but we need power. We need attack onto our characters rather than just adding more toughness. so we cast a Cat's Call. We're gonna cut the Tweedle just so we can try and get maximum scaling on our hippos. Now that we have 2, it's gonna be even more valuable to get stats on them, because once they combine, then it's gonna be a ton of stats. And yeah, we're getting really decent scaling on these hippos. Oftentimes, Hippocampus ends up being pretty disappointing to me, or for me. So it's nice that we are able to make it work here. And because we have all these tokens, Eye of Ares looks very good. Normally I would just take Sting in this spot, but because of our setup, I think Eye of Ares is going to be our pick. We're making a lot of tokens here, and we can finish our chain on our Tweedle with the TLK, and it's a Lordy, so very disappointing there. All right, and there's our Hippocampus triple. We're going into 5 next turn, so I'm really tempted to sell down for this, but that would make us a lot weaker, because we'd essentially go down to 5 characters plus our time flies in hand. So I'm not super. I mean, it might be fine because we have the tokens, but I think we're just gonna lock the shop and we're gonna take a 2 and bank a gold for next turn. Unfortunate hit there. And a falling stars. We don't get amazing scaling on our hippos this turn, but we do get some. And yeah, our hippos are still big enough to keep winning fights. We are still at 40 HP. So we get to finish. We get to triple our hippo here, and 3 of Swords, aka Ring of Rage, is a great pickup, I think. Also, this Lancelot at 17 attack with our Ring of Rage plus Eye of Ares is pretty good. So we're gonna be able to get that treasure, and here, this is a combo that I used to play a lot more several months ago. But since I don't really take peeps anymore very often, we haven't really seen the Eye of Ares Court Wizard and Princess Peep combo lately. But it's still very, very effective. With all that attack, the extra ranged shots make you heavily advantaged in fights. So as you can see, our front line has done a lot of damage to theirs, and our hippo is so big with toughness that it doesn't actually care that much about the extra attack on their board from our Eye of Ares. And yeah, getting another Court Wizard with the Fancy Pants buff is great. Another thing I'm looking at here is I'm looking at Soul Tack right now, because of those Court Wizards. There's so much damage and so many free attacks with their with our peeps. I'm thinking I should just play a Soul Tack in front of them, even though we haven't seen a Lightning Dragon quite yet. I think it's worth it to just protect them, just try to get ahead of it, and we're just gonna cycle some chickens, increasing the health on our Hippocampus. And we find a Blaze of Glory, which is going to finish Lance's quest immediately, which is fantastic. We were hoping for that or a Queen's Grace this turn. This is a very large dwarf board, but all this extra damage from our Court Wizards is gonna kind of shoot down their front line there. Give our Court Wizards time to get all their attacks off and everything, and yeah, we end up winning and knocking that player out. Horn of Olympus is very good with tokens if we can get supports, but we have the Court Wizards, so we can't really play Horn of Olympus. Hand of Midas, it gets really good at 6, but we have a full turn to go before we get to level 6, so I don't think we can take it here. Otherwise, we're just not buying anything, and it takes up space in our treasure slots for characters we'd want to triple. So, and also Monkey's Paw is good with tokens as well. So we're just gonna take our Monkey's Paw here, and our Peep triple gives us a treasure map, so we can get out of Eye of Ares now. And with the Monkey Paw stats, our board is still very large, and the Ring of Rage. So we actually remain stronger, but now we're just not making our opponents any stronger. So pretty good there. And yeah, we took a Wombats. That's a 5 that we're absolutely very happy to triple, especially on a summons board. Get some more free shots with our court wizards there. And eliminate another player. All right, now we're done. We're down to a top 3 already. On 6.0 here. But us and the beauty player are also we got a Bearstein out of our free level 6 character from Snow Angels. So the first couple free characters were pretty lackluster, but the Lance and the Bearstein are excellent here. The Snow Angels hero power really doing some work for us. I'm taking the Echo Wood here. We're gonna get out of the Court Wizards now. Now that we have Bearstein, we just want to focus on summons. The extra attacks they were nice for a while, but now that we're on level 6, they're just not gonna be that important. And then we get to lock another Wombats, and also we're gonna slip that Wombats in place of the Lance. Soul Attack protects us against that Lightning Bolt. And again, this Beauty's been kind of doing the exact same thing that we have been. They're playing Hippocampuses, but they're playing Shoulder Fairies in the back. I mean, they've got Shoulder Fairies are of course a lot better for them than they would be for us. They'd have a lot of toughness for us, but not a ton of power. And yeah, we do lose that. We do lose our first fight of the game, unfortunately. There. We're definitely just considering what to sell, and I wanted to keep the Black Cat around, but I don't think we're ever going to put it back in. There's a baby bear, which I do kind of want to take, but also, like, I don't know what I would sell for it or where it would play, because I still do want to keep the Nian and the pair of Wombats for our treasure map, right? I don't want to get rid of the Time Flies, and I want to keep the Lancelot around for the TLK value. We can just cycle a chicken, and yeah, we can get rid of our Lance now that we're gonna have a golden 5, and we get our treasure map here. Also, I still do want to keep around the Nian because level 5 treasure would be very good, and Ambrosia would go a long way on our board. And yeah, we got a Grail here, so we'll be able to improve our board next turn by a lot. And yeah, we eliminate another player, so we're down to a top 2 with an opponent doing some very similar things to us. I'm gonna take a good boy here. Take Hercules, even if we don't end up playing it, it takes it out of the pool. And we're just gonna fire off a Knighthood on the good boy. We're kind of set up. We got the Echo Wood and all these other good characters as well. And now we're gonna take a Hand of Midas, so we can find like maybe a Bearstein or another good boy. There was an Empress P, but we don't have any supports, so we're not even going to consider that. And now we've got 2 golden good boys and a regular good boy this turn. There's another Bearstein, which we will take, and another good boy, which we will also take. We're just going to do some quick positioning before our timer runs out here. We want to get our Hercules nice and big so that it can. Also worth noting, the beauty player is copying exactly what we're doing. They've also got a bunch of good boys up in the front row. They've pivoted out of tokens, but fortunately we got a little stronger than them with our Grail turn. Our good boys are gooder than theirs at the moment. And I'm going to Beauty's Influence this Nian at the beginning of the turn. Just because if we ever see a TLK and we can TLK the Nian into something, whatever it transforms into is going to be good. So we can play it on board, basically no matter what it is. I mean, a pumpkin we probably wouldn't play, but like if there's like a big, even a big like Scion of the Storm would be okay. Or like a Doom Breath or Ashwood would be really nice if we could TLK into it. It's a lot of power. Or Burnbeard. Burnbeard gets a lot of stats from good boys since it pumps its toughness so much. Alright, we got a ton of stats here. And yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to overcome our stats on the back row, even with a wombat summon there. All right, and our Pandora's box gives us a magic sword plus 100, so a really, really great hit for our good boys. We're gonna. I guess I decided not to play the Pigomorph because we felt so much stronger than the opponent. I figure we can try and triple one of these 6s and get another level 6. We do need to replace this Monkey's Paw. It's not doing anything on our board. Alright, we find the Bearstein triple. We're gonna have to lock it for next turn, but we do have it for now. And I'm not sure if that's right, swapping the hippo in. It's got a lot of toughness, and it's gonna get a bunch of power from our magic sword, which is kind of why I figured it would be worth it. But I think the stats from the Bearstein actually do add up a lot. Like the +2/+2 to animals applies to the good boys, of course, and I think that's pretty good. And unfortunately, we lose a 50-50 here, and the Cupid does scam us, and we lose the fight, which is really unfortunate. And these level 6 treasures, not exactly what we want. We kind of wanted like an ivory owl or a spear. But we'll take a singing sword. It adds stats to our board. Now we just need to find ways to build toughness. And we're going to mix a Whizzle, our Nian. It's a green knight. So we'll definitely play that. That's going to add a bunch of toughness to our board. Just trying to figure out the optimal positioning. We want to get as much toughness on our backline as we can. That's just very good against summons. I mean, it is a little bit of a liability having non-ranged in the back row, as we saw with that Cupid last turn scamming us. Also, our opponent now has a Holy Grail, so again, they just continue to copy us. And they spawn another Cupid in slot 7 there, and it hits our non-range. So yeah, we kind of get punished there. We do win, but we could have won by a little bit more at least. Which like knocking them to 8 means that there's still a chance that we can win a fight and not win the game still. So that it's a little bit awkward, I would say. All right, now we're just looking for Lady of the Lakes, and like we want to put toughness on our board. So we're actually going to sell down, and we're going to cast this Gigantify onto the good boy and put 10 extra health onto it, which is gonna it's gonna get more and more. And they added a third golden good boy now, so they have more good boys than us at this point. Also, that is a very, very large chicken. Kind of an awkward break point there. And we attack into the apple tree and get scammed and lose that one pretty badly. So yeah, at this point, I mean, we get to triple another good boy. So now we're gonna get back to good boy parity here. We both have 3 golden good boys, and now we get a spear, which we will happily take. That's gonna add a lot of stats to our good boys when they attack and get spread around. And here I'm gonna keep the Nian. I think even though it's lower stats than the Hercules, I think the value of being able to mix a Whizzle or TLK it into a better unit is more valuable than the Hercules. Also, they Pigomorphed our Lady of the Lake, but we smited their Echo Wood, so we kind of trade pretty relevant pieces there. And they're gonna steal our golden good boy, which is very awkward. Fortunately, they don't actually get many stats out of it because we take out their other ranged first, and then the pumpkin gets taken out by a range as well. And again, here's that scenario where we're down to our last character. We're gonna win the fight, but we're not gonna eliminate them. They're down to 1 now. All right, and we get to add a 4th good boy though, or sorry, a 10th good boy technically. And we get to mix Whizzle into a Green Knight, which is going to add a ton of toughness. So we are going to replace the Robin Wood. And there's a Lady of the Lake triple. There's still, again, we could still lose and not die here. So I think we're going to lock it. I think, you know, we might actually use a Horn of Olympus if we, or not Horn of Olympus, Evil Eye at level 4 if we get that triple, if that happens. And they decide to swap into a Lightning Dragon, which is kind of a bizarre choice. I mean, I guess they think taking out the range in the back is how they win, but... And they might have been right, but they did hit our Green Knight, fortunately for us. And this time they don't spawn any Cupids. They've just got a bunch of Sirens and tokens and no scams. So our enormous Lady of the Lakes are going to be able to take this down. And I don't normally emote people as I knock them out, but I figured I would try and express that it was a good game to the opponent there. And yeah, we end up getting the win. And again, this was Snow Angel. I played Snow Angel because of a hero request redemption from Infinity 303. You can see them in the chat there, talking about this being a YouTube video, which it is now. And yeah, that's Nick E, supporter of the channel for quite a while now. So if you see him in the comments, make sure to give him a like, give him a thumbs up if he decides to comment on this one, or if you see him just around. Yeah, huge thanks to Infinity there. He's been hanging out on Twitch, and you can too if you want to follow me over there. There's my Twitch will be in the link in the description. There will be a link in the description as well as one in the pinned comment. So yeah, this was a wild one for sure. You can tell this is at the end of the stream. We played a lot of games there. You can see my results. It was a very up and down day. But yeah, we ended the stream on this one, and it was a crazy one. It was very, very back and forth. But yeah, if you found this video educational or interesting or some combination of the two, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps the channel out, and I really appreciate it. We're on the path to 500 subscribers, and once we get there, I will be doing a giveaway for 2 700 gem codes. So yeah, so watch out for that. Once we get there, we're climbing bit by bit, and we will get there eventually. But yeah, I think that's everything for today. I hope everyone has a great day or night or morning or whatever it is while you watch this, and I will see you tomorrow.